Okay, so welcome to what possibly was a pretty shoddy schooling session. I'm doing a voiceover, obviously, just to explain a little bit about what I'm seeing, just from my perspective, basically. Sorry if you hear the dogs in the background. I will try my best to keep them quiet. So when I do a schooling session, this is all filmed on the Pivo, which I can highly recommend, by the way. And now my computer fan's kicked in, fantastic. So when I do a schooling session, I tend to do like the first 5 minutes at least in walk, just assessing how she's feeling that day. I normally try and incorporate some circles, 10-15 metre circles to start with. I don't do any leg yielding or anything like that to start with until she's a bit more warmed up. And then I'll do some halt transitions. As you can see, she was really fighting me. Just not interested in listening to me asking her to go forward and into the halt. So we quickly moved on because I wasn't going to get into a battle with her. She had a week off, as I will explain later on in the vlog. So we moved on to trot. This is where the Pivo comes in really, really handy. So this is her right rein, which is her worst rein. We have got an issue on this rein with her quarters coming in off the track. You can't really tell because obviously the Pivo's in the middle of the school. You need to be in front or behind her to 100% see. But I have noticed as well as this session goes on that she actually does have a head tilt on this rein. And she slightly tilts her nose to the inside, which I didn't notice when I'm riding her, but it does become more apparent. And you can see she's just been a little bit inconsistent at the moment. We have had issues in the past with her, and we still have ongoing problems now with her. She tends to, her instant thing is to go behind the contact and drop behind the vertical. She's very, very light in the hand. Very light in the hand, which is a good thing in some ways, but not in others. And we have had problems in the past with forwardness, which obviously goes hand in hand with the contact issues. So I've just been trying to do some work on that and some tips and tricks that people have taught me when I've had lessons. So keeping a wider hand, lifting my hands higher to try and lift her head, which does actually, I didn't think would work, but it does actually help. And then with basically just trying to work on the forwardness is the main thing, because you can't get a decent contact and a straight horse if they're not going forward. So trying to work on not nagging her all the time, just sort of asking her if she doesn't go, asking her more firmly, and then trying to keep my legs still. It is a work in progress, but trust me, we're a lot better than what we used to be. So we're now on her left rein, which is her better rein, and I think you can tell on this rein that she is straighter, and you don't get the head tilt as much. The Pivo's been brilliant actually, because I hadn't noticed the head tilt. As I say, I also, when I'm riding her, I feel like she's going quite forward, but I can see here that she is not going forward enough. She still needs to be going forward more. I'm quite pleased with the fact that I'm not nagging her too much. It has been a hard habit to break, but I think I'm getting there with that. I don't tend to use a stick on her because I can't use one in the dressage test for BE, so under BE rules. So there's no point doing it at home, as far as that's what I think anyway. Back on the right rein again. I do tend to do more work on the right rein because it's her worst rein, rightly or wrongly. I maybe should try and do a bit more on the left rein. I've noticed again the Pivo's come in really, really handy for that, because you just don't notice it when you're riding round. And I do quite a lot of trot, walk, trot transitions, because it does help to get her off my leg as well. So you'll notice as I'm going around, I do walk, trot, trot, walk. I have cut, obviously, I've cut quite a lot of the session out, because it's just, otherwise you'd have half an hour of me trotting around in circles. As I say, this wasn't the best day. She was coming against my hand quite a bit, she doesn't lean on my hand at all, so she's very light in the hand, but she tends to just, she's not consistent in the contact. There's a contact issue thing going on there, and we've always had it. A bit later on in the session, to try and help with the quarters coming in off the track, I say it is hard to tell here because the pivot's in the middle. I also do a bit of shoulder 4 to try and get the quarters, get her shoulder over and her quarters straight. And it does help as a general rule, but today she was just not interested, to be fair. I think because she'd had a week off, she was struggling with just struggling to listen to me. Back onto the left rein again. The walk, trot, trot, walk, trot, walk, hang on. Trot, walk, walk, trot transitions are getting better. She used to really evade and come up above the bit, and then she wouldn't come off my leg again into the trot. And she would also come down the transition too quickly, so she would literally just stop dead almost. So it's taken some time, but I have been concentrating on taking the sitting trot and making her go stay in trot for a few strides before we go gradually into walk, because it was just so abrupt before. I was here trying to do a 10-metre circle in the corner and then push her on down the long side, but again, looking at it from here, it felt like she was more forward, but actually she was more forward, but she needs to be that forward all the time and then go even more forward when I'm asking her on the long side. So the pivot is such a good tool to use. I find it comes in really handy. So we're back on the right rein again, which is her bad rein. So I do need to be aware really that I'm doing a bit too much on the right rein. You've got to give her a break as well. I also need to use my corners more. You see, the more we go on, doing some trot work and then going back to walk, you can see now that she's just dropping behind the vertical even more in the walk work, and that does happen with her, and then she's fighting me again. I'm not sure where this fighting's come from. Okay, this is because I'm asking for shoulder 4, and she struggles with it really badly on this right rein. She struggles to do the shoulder 4, so she's just fighting, and you can see she's fighting because she lost her balance a bit there. I probably, looking back, should have asked her for a few strides and then straightened her, asked her for a few more strides, because it's too much for her to expect her to go the whole way down the long side. I'm also blocking her with my hands as well, rather than opening the hand out slightly. I'm blocking on the outside rein a bit. That's what I think. I'm not a professional by any way, shape or form. This is just what I am seeing. I do need to start lessons again. It's just a money thing. See that there, she's she's dropped right behind the vertical there, and she does tend to get worse in walk as the sessions go on, which is odd. I think she should get better the more trot working canter work you do. So you can see here on shoulder 4 on the left rein, going round on the left rein, she's much better. She tends to keep the contact more, and yeah, she just finds it easier. Much easier. Bless her. Dog snoring in the background now. My computer's making a right racket because it's about 1,000 years old. Yeah, so just dropping behind the vertical again. It's really, really hard though when you've got a horse that's so light in the mouth to get it to keep hold of the contact. So I'm doing some leg yield here. And you'll see leg yielding over to the left she finds quite hard. But going back over to the right here, she should, yeah, that's much easier. See, she finds to the right much easier. You've got to be a bit careful on the right because she tends to try and go over too quickly. So you have to sort of do a few strides, forward a stride, over 2 strides, forward a stride. I think I'm nearly near the end of the session here. But she's still dropping behind the vertical. I should have lifted my hands. Hands are quite wide, you just can't tell there. And then the shoulder 4, after I'd done that, is better on the right rein. She is still trying to fight with her head, but that, to me, guys, looks a lot better. Although, because we're not on the fence, she is actually more so losing her quarters. So she's not necessarily doing shoulder 4, she's probably doing quarters out. Again, the pivot is really good for watching this back and picking this up. If you do get a pivot, get the equestrian version. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I know people who've got the first pivots and they have real problems with them, but I waited 2 years and I got the equestrian one pack, and it's really, really good. It comes with a stand and everything. So here we're just going back into trot. And I also, this is what I'm doing here, and just flexing her over to the left and then going straight. I should flex her left and right, but I don't think I've done that here. I think I've flexed her left and then gone straight. That's just to try and help with the contact. So the contact in the trot, so she used to just bury her nose into her chin, which is her chin into her chest, which she was doing a little bit there. But it's not too bad. But if you see my rein, look, there's slack on my rein. The thing is, when you pick up even shorter reins of her, she just buries her chin even more. So it's just like a bit of a vicious cycle, and it does definitely come from not being forwards enough. So, but again, that's really hard to work on when you've got a horse that you don't want to be nagging as well. So it's all tied in together, and I 100% know that, and I do need to have more lessons. It's just affording to have more lessons, or lessons at all, to be honest with you. Although now I've got the Pivo, we are looking to do some lessons remotely with my amazing instructor, because I haven't had lessons in a long time. So I think I'm just starting to try and do some long and low to finish off here. I don't put much of it in because, again, it just gets a bit boring, doesn't it? A bit samey. But when you try and do long and low on her, so she's not dropping her pole. She's dropping it slightly, but you can see how my rein's gone baggy. I've dropped the rein too quickly, basically. And she's dropping her pole, but she's tucking her chin in. So it's not 100% correct, but it's all a work in progress. Yeah, this is just me picking apart my session, basically, but not too bad, I hope. It's just, yeah, look at that chin again, into her chest. It's her default. Doing work on the Equiami, actually, which comes later on in the vlog, has really helped her. But anyway, that was our schooling session. I think I'm about to stop. It wasn't the best, but actually looking it back, it wasn't the worst either. And I'm pleased with how we're getting on. Like, having the menage now, it has been brilliant. So fingers crossed with some lessons, it will only get better. Hello, it has been a hot minute, hasn't it, since I've done a vlog. So this will be vlog 4 or 5, I can't remember. I'm just going to just felt like doing a weekly vlog as a bit of a catch up. So yeah, just try and get a bit of footage each day so you can see what I'm getting up to. Also a little update. So I have tried multiple times this whole summer to enter one-day events. You'll have to bear with me because I've got my little dogs with me and 2 of them are quite elderly. So come on, Puggy. I have to keep stopping. Yeah, so I've tried multiple times this summer to enter one-day events, and it just, for one reason or another, has not happened. It has not been the season for us this year, so I've just scrapped it. No one-day events this year, unfortunately. The last one I entered, I did enter one in September, and it got cancelled 7 days before. and the reason for cancelling was rather rubbish as well, so everyone was a little bit in uproar and a little bit pissed off about it. But there you go, that's life for you, isn't it? So yeah, I just thought I'll do a weekly vlog this week. I have actually already started it, and I set up my pivo this morning and had a schooling session. Be honest with you, schooling session was absolutely rubbish. However, so we're just going to have a pit stop because Poppy dog, she's actually, my eldest dog is 13, Poppy dog's 9, just turned 9. She's 9 tomorrow actually. And then I've got another little guy called Dave. There's Dave. There. He actually does really belong to my mum, but he spends a lot of time with me. She acquired him, he was a rescue. And she didn't, not saying she didn't want him, she needed to get him out of the situation he was in, but she's got 17 dogs, so yeah, he spends a lot of time with me. I don't know, I suspect I'll end up adopting him. I'm just stopping here to have a little break for them, bless them. I've come too far really. Anyway, I'm rambling on again. Yes, so I was rambling on, sorry. So we had a bit of a shocking schooling session, but we have actually, she's just had a week off. I think she's had 8 days off, 8 days off. 8 days off. Because I went away for a week and I just thought, because the one day event I was meant to do was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was just so annoyed. I was like, do you know what, sack off the one day events for this year, it's not the end of the world. So that's what I have done. She's had a week off and now we're ready to get cracking for winter season of show jumping, dressage, and hopefully some arena eventing. I have penciled in, I'm hopefully going to enter it when I get home, a arena eventing at Dallas Burton Polo Club. I've never been there before. It is a 2-hour journey for me, but that's fine. Apparently it's a really, really nice venue. So fingers crossed. What with the lorry as well at the minute, that just seems to be constantly got something wrong with it. It's running at the moment, so whilst it's running, I'm going to try and make the most of it. Come on, darling. Bless her. Excuse the sound of the pug. Yeah, so whilst the lorry's running, I wouldn't say it's working brilliantly, it's not. I'm in a conundrum at the minute as to what I do with it, to be honest with you. My dad's a mechanic, but he's, you know, it's not fair on him to be under it all the time. He's nearly 70, my dad, so I don't know. I've got a lot of stuff to think about, but and not much money to spend. So I don't know what to do at the moment for the best with it. Obviously it's still going, like I say, so whilst it's still going, I will try and make the most of it. I actually may well do some British dressage over winter. I've kind of gotten the bug now. We've got an arena to actually use. I've been doing a lot more schooling. If I based it on today's schooling session, I definitely wouldn't be, because it was terrible, but that's life for you, isn't it? It's reality. So yeah, just going to do, like I say, a weekly vlog a bit each day if there's anything interesting going on. I just felt like doing it, to be honest with you, so no real reason behind it. I will probably hopefully try and do a few of these over winter, and then if fingers crossed I actually get to go to this arena eventing, I will try and vlog that as well. I don't know if I explained earlier on, or not explained. Anyway, it is actually currently Monday. I'm not working today. I took the day off during on the end of my holiday just to have an extra day at home to get sorted before I go back to work tomorrow. And then tomorrow and Wednesday are office days, and then I work from home Thursday and Friday, so it'll be a half full start for the next 2 days, which is great. So yeah, all done this morning. Had a bit of a schooling session. I'd like to say nice schooling session, it definitely was not. And then I've just been at home. I had to help my mum sort her chickens out. Her chickens hate me. Well, the chickens are fine, but the cockerel hates me. And then I'm now going to Tesco's. Deep joy. Who loves spending all their money at Tesco at the moment? It is ridiculous, isn't it? I'm sure the cost of living is affecting absolutely everybody, apart from those that are millionaires, maybe. Yeah. And then that's going to be today. I'm going back up the yard in a little bit just to put her evening net in and give her her feed. We've got the goods, guys. I hate spending money in Tesco. I did treat myself to a new towel because it was reduced. Trying not to spend money on pointless shit, because yeah, just trying to be a bit more clever with my money, to be honest with you. Anyway, let's get this lot home and then get to the yard. Right, Tesco shop done. As I've said before in previous vlogs, this is stuck, my phone's stuck on a hold in the front of my car. I won't, now got to go around and get the next thing that I hate doing, which is filling my car up. Because what a rip-off, and I see the fuel prices are creeping back up again, which is fantastic. Yeah, so I will turn this off, just drive around the corner. I'll turn it off when I get into the petrol station. I've got most of a week's shop there. Oh, it didn't look like much, but it's £85. Easily spent, isn't it? But hopefully I'll only have to just pop in for a few bits, because some things don't have a good enough date on them, do they? So yeah, I had to leave a few bits, but most of it's done. I like to plan my weekly meals out, lunches and dinners, because I don't know, I just feel a bit more when I go in Tesco, then I'm not just buying pointless shite that I don't need. But we are here now, so let's get some fuel in the car. More expense. Right, just changed her soaking wet fly rug for a lightweight outdoor. I wasn't too sure whether to leave the fly rug on her, but I've looked at the weather and we're going to get quite a few heavy showers. Definitely appear to have brought the weather back with us, which is great. Don't know if I mentioned we went away for a week. Yeah, we're in South Wales, basically, Pembrokeshire, and the weather was very hit and miss. We appear to have brought it back with us, which is lovely. I'm actually going to hang her lightweight in my lorry, because I don't know where else to hang it to dry it. Just stuck it. Just stuck her hay in. I'm gonna make her feeds, and then I'm done for the evening. Oh dear. Yeah, so I think I mentioned earlier on, it is Monday now today, obviously. I don't know why I'm repeating myself. So anyway, yeah, sorry, I'm just babbling on here, aren't I? Yeah, so she's all done for the evening. Just gonna make her feeds now. So for feeds, she just has a scoop of the Happy Hoof, just the normal one, not the one with no added sugar in. And then I use one of these tubs, and it's about half full, about there-ish, with Speedy Beet. And that's all she has. She doesn't have Speedy Beet in the morning feed. She just has some chaff, just because the others are having. Yeah, nothing exciting. That's all she has. I do have a big old sack of recovery mash, which I bought for eventing that never happened. But I have used it a few times. I used it at camp. I used it when I was away on the beach holiday, because she does get hot really easily. I was going to give her some today, but she didn't sweat as much as I thought she would, although she is in desperate need of a clip now, so that will also be happening, I suspect, before I do my event in 2 weeks time, fingers crossed. But yeah, that's her feed, really basic, and that is all she has with her hay. So yeah, anyway, I'll probably wrap this up for today, and first thing you'll do is see me tomorrow. Hello and welcome to Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Yes. So yeah, 4:30 start this morning, because it was an office day today, and I have to start work at 6, but we get in the office about 10 to 6, because it's all shifts, so obviously you need to be there for the other shift. And then and it's an hour's drive, so get up at 4:30, leave 5, just after 5. I say an hour's drive, about 45 minutes. Yeah, so I try and make one of her days off, a Tuesday or a Wednesday, because both days I'm in the office, and it's just easier, because I lose an hour with driving home. So I'm going to give her a lunge on the Equiami this evening. I'll be honest, I don't have the time to set up the pivo. I probably do, but I just really can't be bothered. And I'm a little bit restricted, because I've got the dogs with me this evening. They're in the car with the windows down, but again, I want to take them for a walk. So I'm going to go get her in, get her on the lunge. I'll give her a quick room. She is dirty because it rained here really heavy last night. And I'll try and get some footage of me lunging her. She can be a bit of She doesn't, she's very respectful on the lunges, and she doesn't tank off and rip the rope out your hands. You watch now tonight, but she's never ever done that in the 8 years I've had her. But she does like to have a raw round to start with, so yeah, we should just see what we get. But yeah, and then tomorrow she'll have a day off. I'm going to try and move some stuff around in my stable and work out exactly what matting and stuff I need, because I do need some more matting for winter. But yeah, let's get cracking. So this is what we deal with. I didn't have the camera on for the first squeal and leap because, yeah, I'm trying to stay alive basically, not get kicked in the head, because I've suddenly realised when I got in here I don't have my hat on, which I never do with her because she can be a right idiot on the lunge. Like I say, she doesn't bolt off, but she does like to have a good buck and a kick as she goes off. So rather than let her go flying out like she would normally, I actually kept her on a really small circle to make her come back to canter. But believe me, she's just cantered about a 2 metre circle around me, which is quite impressive. Get her back to trot and then just gradually let her out, and she will no doubt go off in canter in a minute of her own accord, have a good buck. And that's what she does. She looks a bit off, looks a bit funny today actually. She's loosening up a bit now. But we use the Equiami and I love it. It's got it's a rope and pulley system, a bit like the Pessoa. There's a few out there, but it is different to the Pessoa. I find that she doesn't retaliate to it so much. With the Pessoa, I found that they just buck and buck and buck to get the back strap off because it's a bit more restricting. I don't know if you can see, but on the roller there's like a loop system so that it self-rights itself and adjusts itself, so it's not tighter on one side and looser on the other. Anyway, I'll stop rambling and see if we can catch some acrobatics on camera. Good girl, Binny. Hey, Psycho Sally. Good girl, steady. Steady. Good girl. Good girl. I tend to start her on the left rein because this rein she collapses in, you'll see it's harder for me to get her to go out. So I have to allow her a shorter rein to start with and then gradually build her to go out because she just comes in. So I figured if you start on her good rein, when she's having a bit of a holy and a silly moment, she's less likely to hurt herself and me in the process. She's a lot calmer to go out on this rein. She should pick up trot on her own. Good girl, Binny. Good girl. But she does tend to come in a bit on this rein. Rope on the floor. She will go out as she gets going forward. Good girl.
My dear friend, where have you been? Where have you gone? What did you win? Someone there, are you listening? Is it too late? My dear friend, we felt the sunshine, we found the gold. We thought we...
Okay, so that wasn't very interesting, I'm afraid. Just a little bit of lunging there with the Equiami. She's actually really good today. I was really proud of her. She's really quite calm for her. She does find, like I say, the lunge a little bit exciting on occasions, but she listened to me. She was a very good girl. My door keeps trying to swing back. So yeah, I've just done her hay nets. I'm going to do her feeds in a second. Poo picked her field. Not going to show all that again. Don't need to see that twice. Just packing up my lunging stuff now. And then tomorrow's a day off, so I don't know if I'll film anything tomorrow because a bit dark. Yeah, I don't know that anyone really wants to see me shoveling shite, basically. I can't do this with one hand. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know if I'll film anything tomorrow, to be fair. Like I say, no one really wants to see just footage of me doing a hay nets and poo picking again. Whoops, that's close. So yeah, it might be just Thursday. Thursday I am planning on going on a hack, so I will try and remember to charge the GoPro, get some GoPro footage together. And then Friday I'm going to do some schooling. I want to do a little bit of pole work. We've only got 2 poles at the minute, so it's a bit limited. But yeah, try and do a little bit of schooling, add in a couple of the poles if I can just go around over them, basically. And then Saturday, hopefully another hack again. And then Sunday's her day off, and I'm taking my friend to a show, so I might be able to vlog a little bit of that. I don't know if I'll be able to vlog her around though, because I don't know if she's going to want me to put her on there. But anyway, it's over and out for today. And I say, you might not see me tomorrow. Good afternoon. It is now Thursday. I have worked from home today, which is great because it means I finish at 2 and I can just obviously come straight to the yard. Not that you'll be at all interested in this, but I did put a meal in the slow cooker. When I say slow cooker, it's just like 3 hours in the slow cooker, so that when I get home, all I've got to do is make a salad to go with it. If you've not heard of their books, Board of Lunch, they do a air fryer book and they do a slow cooker book, and they are amazing. Most of my meals come from that or Pinch of Nom now. Yeah, anyway, I'm just waiting up here. I'm at the end of the drive because they're delivering our haylage, and it's quite a small area, and he's got a big flatbed with a car, obviously, so I'm just waiting for them to offload it, and then I'll drive down there. I just don't want to get in the way. There's 2 men that push it off. They don't need me in the way anyway. Yes, that's why I just thought I'd jump on and just, yeah, let you know it's Thursday, which obviously, yeah, I didn't film anything yesterday because I literally came up. I thought I was going to do some sorting out, but I just didn't have the energy. So I literally came up and did what I have to do: feed her, hay her, poo pick her, all that kind of fun stuff, took the dogs for a walk. Yes, I didn't film anything yesterday. I'm going to go on a hack today. I'm still deciding where to go, to be honest with you. The last few times I've ridden her out, she's been very, very full of it. So I just don't know. Most of the rides I have to do around here involve a lot of field work, which is fine, but when she's a bit fresh, I'd rather trot her on the road to start with, which may sound silly to some, but that's how my head works. I just think she's never ever, touch wood, put a foot wrong on the road. So yeah, but we'll see what I feel like when I get on her and how she's feeling. It's quite windy. I have got my hat cam, my GoPro, my hat cam, so I will stick that on. I don't know, I might do a little bit of filming on the yard before I go. It depends. So anyway, I shall see you in a bit. Let's hope I'm recording. snorting at today? Hold on. Go. Come on then. Watch the trailer. I meant the caravan. We're going this way. Come on. Ooh. Got to shut that, mate. Watch your face. You know, don't you, hey? Come on then, come on. Right, I think guys we'll set up the Equilab. If anyone doesn't have this, I think you'll be able to see it, hopefully. If not, I'm sorry. So it is free and it tracks your riding. They do a paid version. The paid version has a safety feature on it which alerts people, I think, if you have an accident, if you fall off. But I've just got the free version and it just tracks walk, trot and canter, how long, how many miles, blah blah blah. It's actually really handy for schooling because you can see how much more trot, walk, canter you've done, left and right rein. I think the left and right rein breakdown might be on only the paid option. I'm not too sure, but yeah, Equilab. I use it quite a bit. Go. Go. What do you want to do today, Beanie? Right, I think we'll try a new one. Oh, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Going down here. So, I believe we're allowed to go around the outside of these fields here. The bridleway does point this direction. I've not actually done it. One of the girls in the yard's done it and she said it brings you out on one of the roads in the village, so maybe we'll do that today. Give that a go. Hey? So if I get told off, that'd be very embarrassing, but I'll just say I didn't know. The bridle path does point this way, but it could be pointing into them woods. I'm not too sure, so I'll just tell them that if anyone says anything. To try these things once, and then if you're not allowed to do it, then fine. Should we have a trot down? Go. Don't be a div. She doesn't feel... I don't actually want to say anything yet. She is quite on high alert because we normally come back this way. We don't normally go out this way. So yeah, I'll do a bit of trotting first along these fields before we have a canter. I try not to do too much canter towards home. I mean, she's never napped in her life, but if nothing else, she sometimes will get really strong and put a buck in towards home, so we shall see what she's feeling like today. Go across the middle here, I assume. Morning, Mr. Magpie. Very superstitious. Ridiculous, I know. 1 for joy. That's 2 magpies that are in our field at home actually. If anyone wonders why I'm babbling, I tend to babble a bit when I'm not nervous, I'm just anxious about going on a new ride, keeping an eye out for everything, potholes and stuff, and seeing how she's going to behave, because she knows the yard's just there, so that's why she keeps looking over that direction. And as much as she isn't a nappy horse, she does love her friends, and now we're on a smaller yard with just 4 horses up there. The one horse, Jude, that she's next to, she is quite attached to him. Horse coming through! That's a gap into the walkway there, so I just thought I'd shout in case someone's going to come out with a dog. I'm going to give them a fighting chance. I think we'll trot most of the way along here. Try and have a canter alongside the main road. I have to keep an eye out for potholes because I'm not sure what the ground's like. Yeah, as I was saying, she's not particularly nappy. Like she's not nappy, but there is just her and her friend at the one end of the yard, and they do get a bit attached to each other. I know my friend who rides Jude, who's the horse next to her, she says he's a bit nappy and he will neigh and call to her when she comes round this field, so we shall see. She's just a bit distracted, but I think mainly because it's new and she doesn't know where she's going. But let's have a look. Oh, she's seen something that's not upset her, but I'll go down this way. I think she's seen the cars through the hedge, so I don't know what she's going to make of that. Be a bit interesting actually. The farmer does leave a nice track. I don't know if it's specifically for horses or people or what. I say the footpath goes this way, but I don't know what's correct, whether we're meant to be just in them woods or whether we're meant to be around here. There are lots of really nice grass tracks around fields around here, and the farmer's really, really nice actually. Ooh, good girl. Ooh. Okay, a little canter. Should have probably put my neck strap on, to be fair. Okay, so my GoPro's now decided to stop working. I think I got some of the trotting and maybe a little bit of canter work I've just done. And then it went beep, 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 but that means it's turned off. And it won't turn back on. And it did this a little while ago, and I just thought it was a blip, but I don't know. I think it's very old, so maybe time for a new GoPro. So I'll try and get some little clips on the way round. Sorry about this, guys. Okay, so we just had another canter. I'm normally fine to take my hands off the reins with her. She's normally as good as gold. But I don't know, I was looking out for potholes and trying to do that in canter. I mean, the ground's very clear, so you can see well ahead. I just didn't want to be concentrating on too many things. But actually, it's really lovely. So I drop back out on here, it goes back to the road. But if I go right around these fields, they just all loop up. So this goes right the way around there, back up there. And that's the yard back up there. And it joins onto the big field I was on that was by the woods. So you can do some pretty freaking amazing canter work around here, as long as you don't get asked not to ride on it, which is the thing. I don't 100% know if I should definitely be on here, but I say for the 50th time, you're probably sick of hearing it, but for people who are going to probably jump on and say if you don't know you shouldn't go, and that's fair enough, but I am, so hey. Yeah, there is a bridleway. I just don't know if it's round the field or through the woods. The wooded bit is like paved, like a paved path, and I know a lot of people and dogs use it. So, well, there's another little field here, look, you could go round. Come back up to here, so I don't want her super fit at the minute, just because yeah, we're not going to be doing any one-day events obviously until probably March next year. Fingers crossed, all going well. I'm going to drop out on the road here. I could go round there, but I am going to drop out on the road and walk her back. She's very sweaty. It was a bit sticky down there, so a little bit hard going. But yeah, so I'll start her fitness work in the new year, probably middle of January. Obviously, I'm going to carry on riding her. I want to do some dressage and show jumping and arena eventing over winter. So yeah, but I just don't want her one day eventing fit as such. And she takes quite a lot to get eventing fit, so we will definitely start that in January. As you can see, she's not eventing fit at the moment, so it's probably a good thing actually that we didn't go to that one day event a little while ago, although I wouldn't have pushed her for time, guys. Honestly, I just go to have fun. I mean, if we get under the freaking anywhere near the optimum time, then I'm chuffed to bits. We are definitely we're not challengers for the lead or even the placings, purely because of a speed thing. So yeah. Right, we are back. I actually turned the Equilab off and we'd done half an hour, which I didn't even think it was that far, because it's not very far around, and we can do not loads of it, just some of it. But yeah, it's going to be perfect for training in the winter. Well, not winter, yeah, winter. I'm just going to let her have a little, hello Binny, a little graze on a little bit of grass at the front here. I do let her do that every now and then. No, come on. She is sometimes, however, though, a total pain in the arse, so when she's in a pain in the arse mode, I have to put her back in her field. That's what you get, isn't it, for trying to do something nice for them. I also have to get this little bit of electric fencing and fence her away from the muck heap, because she will stop grazing and go over and pull all the muck heap down, which for a greedy horse you think, and on a restricted grazer, you think the bit of grass would be better, but there you go, that's what she likes to do. So I'm going to go put this along the front of the muck heap and keep a close eye on her, because sometimes she just decides to have like whizzes while she's on there, and it's not a big enough area, she'll hurt herself. But yeah, just going to get on with the jobs now. That was a really nice ride. I'll show you guys the Equilab in a minute actually, might be of interest. Nice view of the muck heap, that's what I have to do, fence it in, because she's an idiot. I'm just going to actually, while I'm thinking about it, because I'm going to clip her tomorrow. I don't think I'll ride, because the thing is, she's getting really hot to ride. And then like today, she's really hot, I've had to sponge her off. Lucky enough, although it's a bit breezy, it's very mild, so she won't catch a chill. Yeah, so I need to clip her because, shut myself in. I need to clip her because she'll be getting hot, and obviously once it gets cooler, you then, as everyone knows, you can't then wash off, so blah blah blah. I can't think what the phrase is, but basically I'm telling you things that you already know. So yeah, I don't think I'll ride tomorrow, because if I ride her she'll get hot and then I can't clip her. I'm going to do a full clip, but I'm going to do half a head and leave her legs. I think I'm going to do a full clip. I can't be bothered right now because she's molting, as they all are, so it'll grow back really really quickly. So until she's finished molting, I won't take her legs and her head off. Heads? How many heads has she got? And then come sort of end of November, beginning of December, I'll do like one last clip. This is what normally happens anyway, and I will take her head and legs off, and then she's completely nice and streamlined. But yeah, I can't be bothered to do all of her legs now because it's going to grow back within about 2 weeks anyway. But we've hopefully I've entered the arena eventing, so yeah, hopefully that's next Saturday. So what I was trying to say is, if you can hear me through the wind, I'm just going to go in my car now while I remember, because I know how my brain works and I'll forget. My clippers are cordless, they're battery clippers. They're brilliant, they're master clip. Roamers, I think they're called. But I'm going to stick them in the front of my car. I know, moving them from the front to the back, but yeah, I'll stick them in the front of my car so that I don't forget to take them in and charge the batteries. Yeah, because I know what I'm like. I'll just go straight past them and I won't charge the batteries, and then I'll be pissed off tomorrow that I can't do it. I've got a very busy weekend. Didn't have earlier on in the week, I now do have. I won't have time on Saturday. I want to ride on Saturday, then I need to clip Friday. But anyway, I don't know why, just thought I'd come on and say that. And now I'm going to fill hay nets. Good morning. It is actually now Saturday morning, and I am going to wrap the vlog up here, I think, because I was editing it last night and I've got like an hour, maybe over an hour of footage. I didn't record any clipping yesterday because I wasn't sure how interesting, well, I'm not sure how interesting any of that will be, but yeah, maybe I will in future because I'm going to be doing a million clips now. But it was just such a rushed evening. I had 2 hours to fit everything in, clipping her. I needed to get home to, oh, here he comes. Sorry, walking the dogs again. I needed to get home to get my husband to the MOT test centre, pick his car up. Yeah, and I have ridden this morning, but it was just in the school again because I've got the dogs. So I didn't bother setting up the pivot because I didn't really want to double up in one vlog. Although she was very, very fresh. You know when you get on them and their backs sort of roached right up above their ears as such, and you're thinking, if I put my leg on now, I might go into orbit. So yeah, she did. She settled after about 10 minutes of walking and just circling and then gradually putting my leg on, doing some leg yielding and stuff like that. She was just, I think because of having the clip, and then also for some reason, well, I know why. So I normally ride her in the evenings because of work, but when I come up in the morning, she immediately assumes she's going to a show, so she was just full of it. Combination of everything, and there was a lot of people using the footpaths for some reason. Even though she's been here nearly 6 months, she still finds that really, really exciting when there's someone walking down a footpath, which on a weekend obviously there's a lot of. So everything was just an excuse to be a bit silly. So yeah, maybe it would have been a bit interesting, but she didn't do anything. She just was, I could just feel her underneath me. She was just super excited. But yeah, so I'm going to wrap the vlog up here because I'm going to go and buy a mattress this afternoon. I'm not sure that's of any interest to anyone, but if I'm doing a weekly vlog and anyone wants to see like absolutely everything I get up to in a week, like ins and outs, if I go to a random shop or whatever, or just like, I don't know, home life as well, then just let me know in the comments. I'll obviously add as much as I can do without being oversharing. But yeah, so if you've got this far, well done, because it's another very long vlog and I do babble a lot, I'm afraid, so not for everybody. But thanks ever so much for watching. Hopefully I'll be vlogging next Saturday, as long as we get to go to the arena eventing. Fingers crossed anyway. So yeah, hopefully see you for that one, as long as I do manage to do that. Thanks for watching. Please do like, comment and subscribe. It's very much appreciated. I love seeing the couple of comments I have had, have been fantastic. Yeah, thanks ever so much, guys. See you for the next one.